Crack open a cold one, kick back, and enjoy a week's worth of conversation from pop culture, sports, breaking news, and everything in between. Welcome to the Pine Room Podcast. At the beginning of the podcast each week, everyone on the show rolls a 20-sided die. The person who rolls the lowest number then becomes the moderator for that week's show, and it's their job to move the conversation along and switch from various topics or questions that can be found on the moderator's cheat sheet, or custom ones they've brought in themselves. If you have a question or a topic you'd like us to discuss, send us an email to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Well, that's enough of that. Let's get into the show. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
All right, welcome in. I'm not Joe, but I'll try. Welcome in, Pine Room Podcast here at the Pine Room Studios. Matt here along with Jarrett, Cooley, and Soup. We got a four-man battle royal right now. We're going to get into some hard-hitting topics today. I can't wait. I'm honored to be the moderator. It's good to be back with you fellas. Haven't been around for a few weeks. Was vacationing over on the Eastern Shore, relaxing, clearing my mind, and now ready to get back to work. Today was the first day back to the office, so that's not very fun. I'm going to have to go onto the Brownie House website and order like 6 pounds of brownies to get me through.
Did you feel a little bit like behind today when you got in?
I kept up on my stuff, so no, not really, but yeah, just a little bit. Like I'm just like my body's not used to getting back into the the mode of getting up really, really early and getting there and then coming over doing radio, and then we go right here. So, yeah, it's a busy day, but I'll get acclimated and get back used to it again. But how's everybody doing? First of all, let's talk about that. Soup, how have you been?
Good. When you said Eastern Shore and relaxing in the same sentence, I literally felt that. Yeah. Like that, there's not. It is tough to beat that, especially like when we're at Cooley's or like anytime you're near water and you have nothing to do.
Oh, yeah. You can just talked about it this weekend.
You really can't beat that.
It's a good feeling,
especially when you can shut your phone off and just like put it off to the side.
Well, you were nowhere near water this past week because you were on a trip too.
Yes, San Antonio. We were talking about that. It is way hotter in Wheeling than it is in San Antonio. The degrees might be higher, but the humidity you feel in West Virginia is nowhere close to what you feel in Texas. You just go out there and it's just hot but you step outside in Wheeling, kind of like Florida a little bit, when you start sweating immediately.
Oh, this past week was horrible.
I got home just in time for the worst of it.
Yeah, and
Friday they said was the worst.
Yeah, it was bad. But then actually this morning it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool out this morning. Did you do anything fun in San Antonio?
No, just worked. I mean, they have one of my favorite restaurants in America. It's called Whiskey Cake, and it's like a franchise. There's like 8 to 10 of them. There's one in Tampa. We got to go.
They better be good, because the way you've hyped this place up.
They only have one dessert. They only have one dessert. It's their whiskey cake. They soak it in like the whiskey, and they've got like caramelized nuts on top.
If I eat enough of it, will I get drunk?
There's no way.
I guess technically you could
try.
Probably, maybe.
How was Whataburger?
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Awesome, isn't it?
I FaceTimed Jubb when you guys were somewhere. It's the best fast food burger
It's really
I've had.
good.
It's not even close.
Other than Shake Shack, I would say it's my number one.
I could not believe it. I literally took a bite and I FaceTimed Jubb immediately. I was like, Jubb, you're not going to believe
Did you get anything else there?
I got
shake or anything?
No, I got the burger I got was their melt.
Yeah.
Their patty melt.
Smash burger?
Yeah, I haven't had that yet.
Oh, I didn't know if that's what it was.
Did you?
No, yeah, it is. It's not one of those giant patties. No, it's really good.
Have you had In-N-Out?
Yeah, it's good. Their animal fries are what do it for me. It's like fries with like all this stuff on top. But In-N-Out's like I'd compare it to Wendy's.
Solid, but not great.
Where'd you have In-N-Out?
San Diego and San Francisco.
Have you had In-N-Out, Matt?
Yes. Yep.
What did you? So is Whataburger better?
I think so. Yeah. In-N-Out's it's okay. Good, but not great.
I couldn't believe that when I took a bite of that Whataburger, how good it was.
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it a thick burger?
But not like not like one of those big heaping ones. No, but it's big. It's like big, like a big cylinder.
Oh,
like
it's
really, really good.
It was really good.
You'd be hard pressed. They got their chicken tenders are pretty good too. Fries are solid. Shakes are good. Very good all around place.
Man, that makes it. I'm getting hungry.
I still haven't been to the Jeff Ruby's yet. I want to go to that.
Oh God, you got to get. There's one in Cincinnati too, so you got 2 options there. We were talking about Portillo's on the radio. Have you ever crossed one of those? You got to get to one of them because they're exceptional with the hot dogs and the beef sandwiches.
Oh yeah, I didn't ask you because we were talking about it on the radio. I don't think we even got into it. What is Portillo? Like what's the?
It's known for
like American
Italian style beef sandwiches. And then Chicago style hot dogs. But you can get any kind of hot dogs. You can get hot dogs with cheese on them, hot dogs with whatever you. I mean, they are massive. They are delicious. Their crinkle cut fries are amazing. They have tons of stuff. They have like 25 things on the menu, and they're all really, really good stuff. Like everything. Sausage, if you like the hot sausages, Really good
so
stuff.
it's kind
Great
of like
dessert
a
menu.
real diverse.
Yeah, it's got everything. It's the best, probably the best fast food / half. Like it's a dine-in. You can, although they're supposedly going to close all the dining rooms here at some point.
You know
just
you're
to
in for trouble
carry
when
out.
you know you're in for trouble and you know you're in for a good meal when you show up to a restaurant. There's not prices listed next to
Well,
next to
that
the
can be good or bad, depending on what your status of income is at the time. But yeah, no.
I went to oh shoot, I got you guys still on the radio on my phone. I went to this place in Richmond, Virginia called Blue Atlas. This is one of the coolest things. You show up and there's 5 sections on the menu. There are 5 different spots around the world.
Right.
And then underneath each section, like they're split into different continents, are recipes from that continent. So and it's like they're like all appetizers. So you choose something from like North America, then you choose something from like Africa. And it was that was really, really cool.
Wow, I'm looking at the Portillo's menu right now.
Yeah, it's
Just like
exceptional.
crazy so it goes hot. Oh, no, went black on me. It was hot dogs, charbroiled burgers,
Yep.
beef and sausage sandwich, chicken, sandwiches and ribs, salads, Barnelli's pasta, soups, and then you got shakes and stuff. Damn, this stuff looks.
They
good.
got everything. When I was in
Wonder where the-
Chicago for 3 days, I went there 3 different times because I wanted to get. I got like 2 things each time I went, and I went to some other good places too, like the Giordano's deep dish pizza and things like that. But
It looks
it's
like,
a must stop if you can find a Portillo's. There's not
Where's
that
the
many of
closest
them out
one
there.
to here?
Looks
Chicago.
like Livonia, Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's got one. They got one in
209
Arizona
miles.
now, and they got one. They're supposedly going to put one in Vegas here soon.
Let's look at the directions there. 209 miles. I'm gonna say it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. 4 hours 45 minutes. To
Michigan? That's almost worth
to
the drive.
Portillo's, yeah. Damn.
I'd have to stay for like 2 days though.
You just eat.
I'd
and
eat
just-
and then fall
you just
asleep.
Go, yeah,
and,
just
and
go right
get
to
right
bed.
back and eat.
Portillo's in Michigan. Honestly, I've never even heard of Portillo's. So you said it today.
Oh yeah, it's legendary. It's but it is a regional thing, so a lot of people don't know about it, and they haven't been able to experience it. And I was lucky enough to go there with one of the best local tour guides of the Chicago area ever, former West Liberty pitcher, my boy Alex Triontafillo, and he is
that where he was from?
He knows his way around the food, that's for sure. So yeah. We went out there and went out for a Miami Notre Dame game football a few years ago, and he showed us a hell of a time there. So
That's
good
always
stuff.
a
Get to
good-
a Portillo's immediately, but in the meantime, you got to get those brownies at yesbrownies.com
Yes.
right now. Soup, tell us a little bit about this venture that we
Let's
got
go.
coming up.
Code word Pine Room.
Pine Room.
for 20%
Yeah, cool.
off.
Well, yeah, because
live now,
Well, it'll
baby.
be live when this. Well, no.
Or we got one more
Technically, no. I guess when people hear this, it'll be the giveaway.
Yeah, it'll be Thursday. Go to our Instagram at the Pine Room Studios. Comment a friend, win some brownies. They're literally giving away over $100 worth of brownies on Thursday.
Yeah,
These
and
things are damn good, people.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
and I guess we because the past 2 episodes I've kind of just like prefaced it, but I guess officially we can say that we're partnered with the Brownie House out of Morgantown, West Virginia.
Really cool.
It's our I guess kind of first what would you call it? First.
Yeah, it's our first true edible partnership, I guess.
Well, they're not edible brown. They're not like weed brownies. they're
you could probably,
regular.
you could
regular
probably add
brownies.
some things to them.
Yeah, but we're officially partnered with the Brownie House out of Morgantown, West Virginia. Awesome people. I've yet to get down there. Soup and Cooley have been there. I was in Ocean City with Matt when they went down, but we have tried the brownies. Absolutely incredible. They ship anywhere in the U.S. If you want to get a brownie for yourself, use code Pine Room for 20% off your order. Really, really cool partnership. And I'm still trying to think of the word. Not natural partnership.
Yeah,
I guess
I know where you're getting at.
Authentic.
Authentic.
It's our
Yeah,
first
that's good.
authentic partnership where they came to us with the idea and was just
It's gonna be really cool. I mean, it's
We
6
were all
months.
on board.
It's 6 months long, so
Yeah.
I mean,
So you got a long time.
we're about to have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
So, and the brownies are really good, which helps makes it a lot easier to sell.
Yeah, definitely. So today, when you're hearing this, go on to our Instagram for a chance to win some Pine Room merch and some brownies. I think what was a tag. We've yet to set the rules, but we'll
People are
get
gonna win
so.
some. People are gonna win some stuff though.
Some pretty important stuff. I mean, that's a lot of
Yeah,
brownies.
they're literally giving away 3 brownie boxes.
That's a lot of brownies.
They're not just giving away 1 brownie to 3
And
winners.
seriously, they are unbelievable.
I win.
They are incredible brownies.
Are we eligible for this?
Yeah,
Yes.
we might.
I'm gonna enter my name.
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 1 brownie can feed up to 3 to 4 people. Like,
Oh,
you can
definitely.
cut it into fourths, and then they're giving away 8 of those per person. So they're
Like-
giving away 24 brownies.
Like if you wanted a good like a small dessert, but like it was good, like I would just have a little slice of brownie, and that'd be enough because they are so rich in flavor.
yeah.
But
Yep.
shout out to Brownie House. Really, really excited for this partnership. So
Use that code
Yeah,
Pine Room.
code Pine
Get on
Room.
there today. Get your brownies ordered for 4th of July or whatever event you got coming up, or if you just want to eat them yourself, because that's what I'd recommend.
Yeah, that's right.
Buy them for someone else, but eat them yourself.
Exactly. What do you got for us, Matt?
All right, so let's talk about the big news of the week. Of course, it's the presidential debate here. I know you guys are all going to be watching it intently.
I think I
will
actually
you
will.
actually
I'll be
turn it
tuned
on?
in.
I think
Yeah.
I will.
Do you think, though, well, let me ask you this, and all three of you can answer this. Are you more intrigued now because we have a president that's declining massively cognitively right in front of our eyes, or would you be interested anyway?
I think I'd be interested either way, just because we're less than 6 months away.
Right.
And I feel like it's our due diligence just to tune in and kind of understand what's going on. But like I told you guys what I just read, there's no audience. So
Yeah, that's
I don't know what, like, are they just going to be fighting back and forth? Because there's no way they're actually going to be able to debate every topic.
It's probably going to be the moderator fighting with Trump, and then Biden just standing there like a vegetable. Cooley, will you watch it?
I might, but for different reasons. I'm not watching it because I'm generally interested in the politics. I'm more interested in seeing Joe shit his pants and Trump be a dickhead. So.
But you'll get both
Yeah.
of.
I'm kind of on the same. I have a little bit of interest in it, but more so that I think it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah,
I think it will be
funny.
genuinely
Yeah.
will be funny because just the way that President Biden is, and then just the way that Trump is, the way that they go together, I think will be. I mean, it's like we were talking about it. It's like WWE. It's like a heavyweight matchup.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, mostly just because of that. But just Biden, I'm just curious to see how he's going to act. Like, how is he going to be able to behave? How is he going to handle himself? Yeah, Trump's going to be going at it pretty hard with the moderator, I'd imagine, since it's CNN.
Is Biden going to be able to think on the fly? Is he going to be able to answer questions?
That's the question. We don't know.
'Cause it's not like he knows what they're going to ask.
Well, he might. They might give him the
Yeah.
answers.
That's
Or
true.
like
Yeah.
they-
It's
I wouldn't be
teleprompter.
surprised if we find that
Here's
out.
what's kind of crazy to me. So 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night
Right.
in
It's too late.
Atlanta. I mean, it's not like these dudes are both 55 and 60 years old. Like
Right.
9 o'clock.
Their
No.
bedtime.
Trump doesn't seem to be phased
Like,
by
no,
any
no,
of that.
yeah,
but,
you're right, you're
but
right.
you're right.
I also
They are
read
older
one time
gentlemen.
that he operates off 4 hours of sleep a night, which is just insane to me.
Matt, why? And I think Jubb had asked this a while ago. Why is Trump? So obviously he got charged with all the counts of whatever it
34
was.
felony.
Right.
Yeah. So why is he able to just go around and do whatever?
Because
I
he
guess
hasn't
not
been
convict-
sentenced or anything
Yeah.
yet, so it's still waiting for his sentencing. So he's out on bail until sentencing.
Wait, so what if he wins and then they're like, all right, we're going to sentence his ass to...
Well, you can
15
serve. You
years.
can be president from jail.
He's gonna.
Can
he
you?
might be. He might be pardoning himself. I don't think that's ever been
How
tried,
is
but
that possible?
I don't know. Anybody
Wouldn't
can
that
do
be
it. It'd
awesome
be
if
him.
he was in jail and he was the president?
It's really. I mean, the charges against him are pretty stupid, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. I mean, there's plenty of things they probably could have got him on, but same with Hunter Biden. I didn't think he actually should have got convicted of those charges. I mean, of all the things that he's been accused of doing, like to me that was like minimal. But people just go after these guys because of who they are more so than what they actually did. And bottom line is, if you were a regular person, they probably wouldn't even have tried you for the things that Trump was in trouble for. And same with the Hunter Biden stuff. I think it's
Here's some big notes to take away for the Thursday debate. The debate will last 90 minutes. There will be 2 commercial breaks. There will be no audience. Biden and Trump will debate at the CNN studio in Atlanta. There's a muting mechanism. When one candidate is speaking, the other's mic will be turned off. There will be no opening statements. A coin flip determined that Biden will be positioned at the lectern on the right. As a result, Trump will get to deliver the final closing statement. Then the final one, no props or notes are allowed on stage. What is allowed is a pen, a pad of paper, and a bottle of water. I mean,
Wow.
both of those guys
Lord.
are like, I mean, they could stumble, and then there's nothing in front of them.
that's got to favor Trump though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
because he's pretty quick.
I saw Shane Gillis say that Joe Biden's the perfect opponent for Trump because not even Joe Biden can get in his own head. So how would Trump
I mean, he's not going to be intimidated by him
No.
at all. Yeah.
That's gonna be. I actually am intrigued to watch that. That will be. It'll be interesting, right? Oh no, Buccos are actually off, so that'll be
Yeah,
all.
they should clear-
That'll be all.
Well,
I'm
of
looking
course,
forward
then
to.
everything's good. Then clear the counter. The Pirates are off, and we got a presidential debate.
That's gonna be a heck
How
of a
about
night.
this? The latest PBS News, NPR, and Marist poll shows that younger people between the ages of 18 to 29 are least likely to say they'll watch the debate, and those aged 60 or older are most likely to watch. I feel like that age gap, 18 to 29, is like massive for the inner cities, for a lot of the swing states.
Yeah.
And they're just not going to watch. They're just voting.
Trump's doing a hell of a job going into those areas, though. Going down to Harlem and all those places that you would never. And then a lot of the black community leaders are thanking him for saying, Obama never even came here. Like, at least you care. And you're trying. So, got to give him credit. So, we'll see how that turns out. Should be an exciting spectacle, which you can hear about. Listen to us on the Watchdog on Friday. I'm sure we'll have
Matt, what
some
are the
recap.
other countries saying about our election coming up? Does anyone think
They kind of just laugh. I mean, right now the image of the United States is not good, and Democrat or Republican aside or whatever you are, you can't feel great about Biden right now. You got to feel like they should have another candidate, whether that person can beat Trump, then fine, whatever. But you've got to be worried because that guy's just really, really not there right now. And 4 years, and shame on his family for putting him through that. If that was your relative, would you feel cool about that?
No, it'd make me sick.
I would never want my dad or grandfather to
100%.
be dealing with that.
Like,
That's
just pull him out.
horrible.
No,
Get
I
him
mean,
out of there.
Get him out. Like, because if he does win,
Let
he's going
Kamala
to be
give it
there.
a try.
He's going to be there through 2028.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't
That's
think he'll
a
make
long-
it. I
that's
don't
a
think he'll make it.
long
And
time.
which worries me too. Which people have the conspiracy theories, or a lot of people think that if he wins this somehow, then they'll kill him off and she'll take over, which is possible. It's not, and they're kind of crafting those thoughts right now. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. One way or another, the world will be outraged come election day. People that. All right, let's go to another topic here. So where do you guys stand on this? Kind of goes right off of this. Where do you guys stand on these idiot people that continue to say if Trump's elected, they're leaving the country, he's going to put them in concentration camps? Now, he already was president. He didn't do any of that the first time. Why is he going to do it again? So what do you guys think about the people that say that? Because I think they're I don't even know why people listen to him.
Well, they said it last time. They said, "Oh, that's it. I'm going to
outta
Canada.
here." Yep.
I'm gone."
But none of them left.
We'll see it work on Monday.
I just don't think people realize that, like, no matter where you go, okay, yeah, politics or the Democrat, Republican, whatever you believe in, is a lot of it bad, yes, but we still live in arguably the best country in the world. Like, we get to just wake up and go do whatever we want and say whatever we want.
Yeah, we get to do this.
Right. Yeah. Not being locked up for saying what we think.
Yeah.
And although that censorship is gone, a little off the rails, people getting fired for their opinions and beliefs, and that's terrible. And you need to push back against that because we all deserve a voice, and whatever it is, you're allowed to disagree with people. You could still like somebody and not, agree with them about everything. That's going to happen a lot. It's just natural. But it bothers me. But it's always those damn celebrities like your Taylor Swifts and those people that say that.
What if she takes Kelsey to another country and he just becomes like
A CFL tight end.
Yeah, what if he just dominates Canadian football or
He
something?
probably would, but I don't think he really wants to do that. I mean,
Well,
is
he
it really
is-
worth all that headache?
He is friends. He was college roommates with what's his face, right? That plays in the Canadian Football League at Cincinnati.
Caleres?
Yeah.
Caleres?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were roommates. Him, Jason, and Caleres, I believe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, to me, it doesn't even affect people like that. The people that are saying they're going to leave, what's it going to affect you? Whoever the president is, you're worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect your life at all.
Yeah.
You can yell about your social issues, but it's not affecting you.
I'd like to know the percentage of people that actually, like, when he got elected in 16, if they actually left the country. The percentage of people that said,
I would say no one.
"Oh, I'm heading to Canada, I'm
Less
gone."
than 1%. In Canada, their guy's nuts too. God.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Trudeau. He's a disaster.
Oh, my
that guy's a
gosh.
clown. The world leaders are a mess. I did that World Summit when Biden was over there was kind of funny. That Italian lady has to help him along, and then I thought she was going to knock out the president of France, Macron, that Italian woman. She seemed like she hated that guy. She was making like these like smirking faces at him, and I don't know. The world leaders, it's a mess. Putin, he's banned from everything. Chairman Kim over there in North Korea. I don't know. It's the world's a dangerous place right now. Hopefully World War III doesn't erupt, but
Yeah.
I mean we got wars going on in two places right now, and it's a scary time, and you just kind of worry about Biden being in charge there. Whether you like Trump or not, you got to feel he's more competent.
How far are we away from the Olympics?
just a couple months, like less. Well, be July, so the end of July, in August they start. I think
we should get to pick
like
one.
A month.
We should get to pick one gold medal winner from each country. To lead the country for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I'll be all right. Give that
The
a
best
shot.
athlete.
Yeah, the best athlete.
I don't know who I'd pick on USA. You could
Oh, man.
probably one of the swimmers or somebody like
What
that.
if they pick
maybe.
LeBron from the Olympic basketball team?
Is he playing?
Yeah, God.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he
He
playing?
makes-
Is Jaylen Brown
Of
playing?
course he's playing.
I don't know.
Did you see how smart Jaylen Brown is?
He's a genius.
That's
yeah.
unbelievable. He's like
I don't
leading.
want to hype up a Boston Celtic.
You ever seen that, Matt?
No.
He like leads like MIT robotic classes and stuff like that in his free time. That's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
If I was him,
He
I'd get
seems
out
like
of
a good guy.
basketball and get into that. I didn't know that. I wouldn't. A guy couldn't dribble with his left hand. I found it surprising that he could.
Wait,
he
you don't
could
think
be an
Jaylen
engineer.
Brown's any good?
No, I think he's good, but like he just turns the ball and he goes left. But no, I mean he's
man.
good. He's all right. So yeah, but Cooley's right. Only Celtic will give credit to is Missoula, since
Yes.
he gave credit to
Yeah,
West Liberty.
Go Mount.
Coach
That was
Crutchfield.
awesome. That was really cool.
Yeah, and he's a humble guy, and plus I like a lot of his comments just about racial relations and stuff. He's very he's centered and he understands what's going on in the world, and he doesn't make it about just the hate speech that people.
I
get.
like when-
they
I like-
wanted him. They tried to get him to react the way they
Yes.
wanted him to, and he didn't do it.
I like when the reporters
awesome.
try to throw an agenda on him, and he says,
Right.
and he just brings up
Smart enough not
Christ
to bite.
or God.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude's the man.
It's awesome. Yeah, full marks to him. Good guy. I met him a few times when he coached at Fairmont. He was always nice. The staff that he was on had some real dicks on it, but he was a good guy.
Did Crutchfield change? This is gonna sound crazy, but did Crutchfield change the way coaches look at offense?
I would say so, yeah.
How
I mean,
did
Huggins stole the stuff from him, the Press Virginia. That was stolen from West Liberty. Crutch
How did
came down and
Crutch-
did the damn camp and showed him how to do everything.
Where did Crutchfield get that?
He came up with himself.
He
He said
just
he
said
wanted
forget-
he wanted to play. He said he didn't ever understand why people didn't play a faster tempo and try to maximize possessions and take better shots. And the more you have the ball, the more you're going to have good shots, the more you're going to score. And probably you're going to be able to win games that way. And then obviously press too to make their
unbelievable.
defensive
So,
element.
so that
He
started.
came up with it all. He never read it in a book. It was all his own. Just he said, I didn't know if it would work, but try it out.
And so it went from Coach Crutchfield and then probably to West Virginia next.
Yeah,
maybe?
he went down there and did that camp for Huggins and showed them how West Liberty did everything. And then sure enough, here we go. The next year, it pissed me off actually. Get the Press Virginia
Yeah.
shirts out and they're stealing from West Liberty.
And then
they
it
stole that from
went
West Liberty.
to probably what Coach Spolstra next.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
where that
they-
relationship was.
Yeah, well, then
from,
when he
right?
went to Nova, then Spolster started to take interest in, this guy kind of knows what he's doing and kind of makes you think like, wow, we can utilize this. And then Missoula gets it, starts branching out, and other teams were trying to do it. I mean, Coach Sancombs brought an element to that of his Calhoun at Fairmont. I mean, they all started playing that up tempo. Not quite the same, but very similar.
Do you think the platoon subbing was Crutchfield's?
No,
Did you ever
'cause
see
he didn't.
that
He
before?
didn't. He didn't do that.
He didn't
much.
go
No,
5 and 5?
No,
Okay.
No, he did not. No, because honestly, his first couple of years, we didn't have anybody else. We
Really?
played 5 guys. Had maybe a 6th man.
And we're all okay. So those 5 guys it was just up tempo the whole
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
How did they?
All
How did
guys
they
that
not
can handle
pass
the ball.
over?
Yeah, I mean the conditioning though that he put him through, and it was all basketball conditioning.
Yeah.
So he had a method to it all. Just the drills and stuff they did were all translated to game. A lot of times you see in sports, whether it's baseball, hockey, basketball, football, a lot of the drills don't translate. Like you're like, I'm never doing this in a game. Or you do like 1/4 of the actual drill in a game. But in his way, it all seemed to mesh together. It's weird how it worked.
Crutchfield literally changed the game.
Yeah, no, he did, and he always once said he just couldn't believe that guys like Bill Self and these great coaches that had all these top level athletes would never try to play more up tempo. It would always be walk it up, walk it up the floor, slow the game down. You give your opponent a much better chance of hanging in the game when they're not as good as you when you do that. So yeah, he was way above his time. How did we get talking about that?
I don't know.
That's a great.
Oh, because of Missoula, because of
yeah,
Celtics
yeah.
and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, congratulations, Coach Missoula. If you want
Yeah,
to come on the show, call us.
Go Mountaineers.
We'd be happy to have you. All right, so we'll talk about one thing that makes people outraged, the presidential debate, and then another thing, and you guys may have talked about this before, so forgive me, and if we did, then we'll go for it fast. What is going on? It's a pandemic. This stuff with the tipping. Every single thing now, people are soliciting for a fucking tip. I'm sick and tired of it. Like
What is
you every single thing that you do now, you order takeout, you do that, you go to, you're asked to tip. It's you.
Matt,
you go to a water fountain, you got to give a goddamn tip.
We're gonna get Laura Graves on that owns Ellen Jacks and owns Avenue Eats, and I wanted to ask her where she stood with it, because where do you draw the line?
I think it hurts businesses that were, you're accustomed to tipping at a restaurant. You come in, you get great service.
Yes.
I am a extremely good tipper, like beyond. I tip too much probably. If you're good, you're gonna get tipped really well. Bartender, person at a restaurant. But my God, that commercial that they have on TV is very legitimate. That guy's doing a set of a friggin' bench press, and the guy's got the fucking thing there for him to tip, like because he's spotting him. Like it's a pandemic. To me, it's outrageous. You go every single place you go. You take your dog to a daycare. You take everything is tip. But why? I mean, you make an hourly wage. You're expected to tip at fast food now. They're saying it's like, come on.
Do you think American restaurants business would go up if we took the European style where we weren't tipping?
Yeah.
And the servers were just getting paid a certain per hour?
When I also think that we don't have the work ethic that the Europeans have. And I truly mean that. I knew a lot. I still would know them, but I used to be in touch with a lot of young international students, and those kids' work ethics just blow our people away right now. And I don't know how that happened or whatever, but no, I think that would probably help a little bit. But this whole, you just got your hand out for everything. It's just like you order a takeout. That was never a thing. Like you go to a donut shop.
For takeout?
No. I mean, I don't. Like you go into the restaurant and
you
take
you pick.
I don't understand what service they're giving. It's different. Like if I go to Figueretti's, I always give the girl $5 who brings the food out from that, because theirs is like a curbside. Okay, that's different. But if I'm going right there to the hostess or the bar and the bag's just sitting there, why in the hell is this guy going to get a tip? He didn't serve me at all. He didn't cook the food. I'd rather go back and give it to the cooks.
Yeah,
I never thought of that.
I was looking this up to like see. This is on the subreddit on Reddit of Los Angeles. This is from Wet Burrito 10 from last year. He says, "Why am I being asked to tip everywhere when I pay with credit card? I've never been one of those guys that hates tipping, but holy crap, they're really pushing it. Yeah. I went to buy takeout food at a restaurant, and when I inserted my debit card to pay, it asked me to tip 10%, 20%, 30%. This wasn't a nice restaurant or anything, just in a normal, affordable place. I wasn't even eating there. I don't mind tipping, but I don't feel like I'm being forced to tip. In addition, it makes the paying process longer. Anyone thinks forcing us to enter no tip or to tip when we buy food is really annoying." And then this guy says, "There's a bar by me where you pour your own beer. It's one of those places where you get a bracelet that tracks what you drink. When you check out at the end of the night, the cashier flips the iPad over and it asks you if you want to leave a tip for getting your own glass and pouring your own beer."
I hate that. I like to rip that iPad off of the counter.
Oh my goodness.
This guy says in quotes, "It's just going to ask you a question real quick," and then it flips the iPad towards me. That's what I now that you say that, I never even
I hear like hotel.
I've just become like accustomed to it now.
Yeah.
I never even like thought about it until you said that.
Check-in people and stuff, like the front desk got the tip jars out. I was at a hardware store somewhere and there was a tip jar, and I'm like, wait, like, I mean, I get it if somebody gives you exceptional help. I'm giving that directly to the person though.
Yeah.
Like I need this to do a home project. This guy helped me. Then okay, but everywhere you go, there's one of those damn Apple pads flipped over. Here it is, tip, and it always has 30% highlighted immediately. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm going no because you did not do anything.
Yeah, this guy says, he says too, it says, what's even more nefarious is that it used to be that you had to opt into tipping. Now you have to opt out.
and they give you the stink eye if you fucking don't do it.
It says, so click the button to confirm you're an asshole.
Yeah.
That's so Jarrett, funny. I never even thought about that.
I feel like the only one that is justifiable. So obviously, if we're sitting down at a bar or a restaurant and we're getting served, we always tip. Like that's simple.
Like you get a drink.
Normal practice.
If you get a quality service, absolutely.
I feel like the only one that's justifiable is Starbucks when you're getting served.
Oh man,
your to go, like because they flip they flip it there. So
dude, I gotta
you go there every day. Do you tip every day?
I have never one time tipped at Starbucks.
Well, good for you. Take a stand.
Ever.
That's the only one.
I've never done it.
What'd you say, Cool?
It's already expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Like
exactly. What are you paying for? I don't get it.
I mean, it's not, I either go in the store or go through the drive-through. I never. Do you?
No.
I was
no,
gonna say.
I used to like if I have change, I do, but I feel like we shouldn't be tipping when we're getting served through a drive-through window.
Well, and
Correct.
I do it on the app, so I'm like,
Yeah.
You wouldn't
I
go to
just
Chick-fil-A or McDonald's.
Exactly.
But like,
So let me ask you guys this scenario. So you guys are getting all fucked up one night and you're somewhere and somebody's like, all right, we're going to Taco Bell. It's 12, whatever. And you go order the shit on the app and the first thing they're going to ask you is where the tip. They go right to the thing, 20, 30. I mean, why?
yeah, I don't know.
never.
I
No,
hate
hell
doing
no.
that.
I've never. I would never.
I mean, I just don't, and I'm like I say, I'm very, very generous. I think you guys would all be too.
100%.
Like
Yes.
I give too
At a-
much
at a
sometimes,
restaurant,
but if I have
100%.
good service, they are getting rewarded handsomely.
Sammy's the same way with that. With giving, I feel she gives a ton when someone does a good job. The other one too is when we do DoorDash or Uber Eats. Like now, those people.
Now that's a service.
Yes,
so
that's a service.
that is I always tip for that.
Yeah,
always because
I remember the one guy
they're
called into the
transporting.
radio. I mean, we
Yeah.
know who he is now,
Yeah.
but they were like, I delivered to a Matt Watson, and,
Yeah.
and he tipped me well.
Yeah. I always tip.
I must
yeah.
have not been on
that was
that.
Jerry.
Yeah.
It was Jerry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do
Yeah,
remember
because he
that.
delivers the DoorDash. He said, but yeah, no, I always do that because that's actually because driving around, especially in this area. Good God, yeah, I do feel
Yeah.
for those people. Like that is a legitimate service. That is not a normal service. And yet, while there is a small fee, the tipping there to me is acceptable. But walking into a place, grabbing a bag, and giving the guy who didn't do anything, literally just had the bag written there, Watson. Okay, there you go. Like,
You know
what did you do?
You know what's crazy about this? Just in the airport last week, you know the little stands where you can get up and get your drink, your snack, and scan it yourself and pay.
Right.
like I went to just get a water and I scanned the water. I went to pay and it wanted me to tip. Like, it asked for the tip.
And I think this was partially created. See what you guys think. Because we all pay with cards.
Yeah,
It's easier for people to
Definitely.
do it that way because you're not thinking about it. It's like, oh, well, tack on a few bucks here or there, worry about it later. But, people didn't carry cash or they didn't want to do cash tips, and I just don't think they would be asking for it as much. And obviously you have with the iPads at every damn place to check you out.
And two, I think with cash, I was just thinking about this. I was going to bring it up. I went to we were at the bar the other day, and like I get a drink. I think it was $4 maybe. So I gave a $5, and then like just keep the change.
Right.
You don't even think about it. Or for like I don't know, you give them a 10, you get your $5 and back, and you give I don't know, I'd give her a 1 probably if it's a. What you think that's acceptable? Like a $4, $5 drink, $1 tip.
I don't see what's wrong.
20%.
Keep the change. Like, I mean, that's fine. It adds up. Like, To me, you shouldn't ever get insulted unless somebody's trying to insult you. Like, leave you 2 dimes on the table.
I would say, what do you think?
for a
what do you think's
$200 bill?
Not an accept. Like, obviously that. Like,
Well, to me, at the very least, you're tipping 20%.
I think anything
I
if
think
the
20
service sucks, I'm giving 20%.
I think 20 is the
if the
baseline.
service is exceptional, they're getting like 50 or better.
Yeah. Anything under 10% starts to get a little like you're almost slapped.
Because a lot of the times you will say, unless it's a bartender, because a bartender I grade differently because they are directly doing the service for you. Unless you order food and somebody fucks it up. But the server who's bringing you the drinks and bringing you the food, she or he didn't cook that or pour that drink in most cases. So if something's wrong with it or it was late getting out, or it's not always their fault.
Yes,
so you got to go a little easier on them. But if it's a bartender and you're directly, it's a one-on-one service, and they see your empty glass and you're having to wait to ask for the beer, that already puts you in the negative category for me. That as soon as I'm down to my last drink, they should be getting me another one.
I think
or asking.
Another thing that drives me crazy too is like when you're at a restaurant and they don't come. And I understand that places can be busy.
no excuse.
There's a lot of stuff, but like when it's like 20 minutes and
When you're
and
waiting for a
waiting
refill.
for a refill, man, that's
If you keep
tough.
people's drinks full, like automatically you're gonna start out very well.
Oh,
You're gonna get a good tip right away. Even if it's a fucking lemonade, it's a water, whatever. If you keep that pitcher coming around, topping off that immediately tells me you care.
I'm a huge fan of asking for the pitcher now.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
just
Pitcher's a big.
Is that a thing now?
Can you just leave the pitcher here? That's what I asked for.
What, you fucking
easiest
drink like
way
a
to do it.
camel or something?
When we have a big group, I do like that
Yeah.
with the pitcher. Were you ever a server?
Yes, I love it.
I would say I thought you were.
I loved it.
Right?
Yeah, I did. My first First serving job was at Brecken's Country, or at their restaurant at their golf course in Avon Lake. It's called Legacy. Was the restaurant, and then I did it at Cheddar's, and that went really well.
That was during college, right?
Yeah, that was during college, freshman year. I think you guys came in one time.
I think I do remember. Did you?
Cheddar's was fun.
Did you get tips pretty well?
Yeah. Cheddar's, you did
I
really
bet you
well.
were great at smooth talking people into some tips.
Yeah. I would just take their credit card and swipe it. I'm just kidding. That's
Nice.
horrible. But yeah, I like serving. I've never bartended. I feel
Job was saying
I
that
always
he would
wanted to
like.
do that, too.
Job was saying he'd like the
See,
bartend.
I think it'd be fun until it's a packed night and there's a shit ton of people wanting something.
Yeah,
And
that's-
You got to have a high motor for it too, man. You got to
Oh,
be good
man.
at it. If not, you're gonna get.
I've heard
destroyed.
some ridiculous numbers get thrown out of what they make on,
Oh,
on busy
I
nights.
know firsthand. some
like
people.
in some of these big cities, they work 5-6 hours from like 6 p.m. till midnight. I'm talking like $200-$300 an hour.
Oh, easily.
Like,
Yeah.
for-
I mean, I know people that would work just the on season in Ocean City for 3-4 months and make $75,000.
Yeah, it's
insane.
insane.
And not
We
even
have- we
work.
have
Not
friends-
even work in the winter.
We have friends in the Outer Banks. They
Yeah.
do the same thing. They just work through the busy
You
months.
just crush it.
It's
You,
crazy.
a lot of them get 2 jobs, do
Yeah.
one in the
Yep,
daytime,
literally
one in
exactly
the night,
what they do.
and they make all the money, and they could go travel the
Yep.
world and do whatever they want for the other
crazy.
6, 7, 8 months.
It's crazy.
Damn,
But that
It's
is
not
an
a bad
important
gig.
service, though. But I
it's
mean,
not a bad gig at all.
I don't mind tipping people, like we say. Just
I think it's
They
crazy
deserve
that
it.
we were real quick on tips again, Matt. How they split every tip in secrets.
what do you guys think about that? Splitting tips or keeping your
I
own?
disagree. I think because some people.
I don't think you
slack-
should ever split it.
I agree. I
What
don't.
if Jarrett's busy in section 100 and
I
I'm
don't-
over here and
I'm never.
and then I gotta
never
split
think
it,
that's
and then
an
Jarrett
okay.
has to split it with some cornball over
Where
there?
does that
Yeah.
come from? Do you think?
I don't know.
Is that like a
That's
union thing? Like you
that's a-
have to
that's a
split them
good
up? I
question.
mean, what if
I
you're
think-
lazy and I'm not, or
Yeah,
vice
and
versa?
I think it's crazy to place like secrets where it's
Right.
fucking 9 million bars in the
Yeah.
place, and you don't like one bar that where there's nobody.
How'd you guys
at,
find
and
out
then,
they had to split them?
We
we
just
just
know-
asked
know some of the
one
people,
the
yeah.
servers.
Well, how about I ask you guys when you were down there? We made the mistake. We went in late one time, and it was like $40
Oh,
to
the
get in.
Yeah,
That
you got to
was
go early if you
insane.
want to. If you
That
avoid
is
the cover.
crazy.
The
Yeah, it goes up
$40
$5 an
wild.
hour usually.
Yeah, that was insane
Yeah,
to me.
$40 cover charge?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
To get
crazy. I'm glad
People
we
will
go
fucking
there.
pay it.
Yeah.
Just seen Memorial Day, people were paying. I think one of the girls told me that the cover might have went up to $60 or $70.
That would make me want to throw
Yeah,
up.
do you even get a drink with that? Or like
No, you don't get shit.
No.
Oh,
You
fuck
get in
that.
the door.
I would have been to the
That's a
shitty
good
Because
thing.
this
Good thing we
place-
go early.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. If you go before 5 o'clock, I mean, I know it's a long day, but they got food. You don't have
Yeah,
to drink the
yeah.
whole time. I mean, none of us ended up in the bay.
What did you say? That pretzel kept you alive?
Kept me alive. It's a great, and wonderful business plan. If you haven't been to Secrets Ocean City, Jamaica, USA, check it out because
It is
a
really cool.
great concept. You go to that nightclub and you're already just blasted out of your mind. And here they go. They got this tiny little concession stand there with pizza and
Yeah.
pretzels and hot dogs.
I
just
could
to
go
keep
there.
you alive
Yeah.
because you're ready to crawl and die in there, and you still got a band getting ready to start
Pools,
to
you
play.
literally, if you went there,
It's a
you
saving
might
grace.
bring a sleeping bag.
No, I'd just stay
This
there.
place, it is one of my favorite places
I'd
in
go
the
to
world.
It's unlike anything else. You'll never see anything
No,
like it.
it's
The
so
the
unique.
guys did an amazing
It is
job.
so
The
unique.
whole plan of it. It's an exceptional.
I could stay
model.
there. I could stay there literally the whole day, and the whole time that we're there, I think it's just the coolest fucking thing in the world.
Dude, I tell you what, I love a hot dog when I'm drunk. A chili cheese
Oh,
dog when I'm drunk
that's-
is the
Yeah.
best thing in the world. Like, when we were at West Lib and Frank used to make
Oh,
those
Yeah,
hot
Frank.
dogs, hot
Frank
dogs.
was a
Oh,
hero.
Frank used to make some
Dude,
dogs.
I would fuck those hot dogs up. They were so good. Anything with chili and cheese.
Yeah,
on it.
Frank was a hero.
And you know what's crazy? Like we were paying. I'm pretty sure it was like $2 or $3 a hot dog. I mean, that's like
not bad.
that's not bad at
I
all.
don't know, I'd buy 4 of them.
Give him a
Hammered
10.
out of my mind. Buying a glizzy.
Man, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, dude, I'm so starving.
What do you got for us, Matt?
Oh,
Anything
I
else?
don't know. Where's that paper at? All
I don't
right,
know.
it's all
I
right.
had it.
I'll go to it.
I know.
to
I
it.
was looking for it, and I don't know where the hell it's at. It might be under here.
That's all right. I won't.
We'll go about. Heck, we've already been going about 40 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Which is-
I want to find at least another. I didn't have any topics.
I know. The other
prepared,
day I didn't.
which
I didn't
should've.
have any either.
Trying to think of anything else that's going on in the world today.
Yeah, we need Job back here because he knows where the paper. I don't know where the paper went.
All right, here's one for you guys. This is a general question we probably haven't talked about. Do you guys think that product or drug testing on animals is ethical?
Oh man.
Now you guys are all pet owners.
Yeah, I gotta say no.
So in any regard, or do you think like
Man.
lab rats are okay?
I'm gonna say
Gosh, that's so
I mean,
tough.
fuck those rats. They don't.
Yeah,
do anything. Except
I agree.
go in the
I think
sewer.
I can agree with you on
My
that. with that.
initial answer is no, but is there a safe way to do it? Like, is it because think about it, all the things that keep us healthy now, where were they tested?
Well, they were
prior?
supposed to be tested, except the COVID vaccines. That
Yeah,
didn't get
so like
tested on anything.
my thing is like my first initial answer is no. I don't want it
So
done
odd.
on. I don't want it done on the animals that are domesticated. Like I don't want it done on our dogs. I don't
Right.
want it done on the animals that are, that are almost extinct.
They should
Definitely
test it
don't
on
want those.
stink bugs.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to test it on.
like an ant.
Yeah, like almost on these.
Well, the ant doesn't really have the same like skeletal
Yeah,
structure. I think they try to do it on animals that have similar like systems to the
humans?
Like
Wonder if they
pigs.
can start to test them on plants. That'd be interesting.
Oh, I don't know how they can do that.
Yeah,
If the
but
plants
you're not
don't have
really-
the organs and stuff. But
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't see the problem. Is obviously you don't want them doing it on, like you said, domesticated pets, but the ones that have the small brains and I mean, what about monkeys?
Well, here's my thing. All of the things that keep us safe and healthy right now, where were they tested?
They had to be. They had to be tested.
Yeah.
I mean, or you can do human trials, which I'm all fine for. I think they should test them in the prisons.
Yeah,
I think they
why
should
don't they
test
just
them
do that?
with the people that are homeless and get them into places to live and say, okay, you're going to participate in this treatment. We're going to set you up.
We'll
You're
give you
gonna-
housing and
here you
food.
go. You're gonna roll the dice. You roll the dice out on the street every night. You're gonna roll the
I
dice here.
definitely think like major criminals for sure.
Absolutely.
Why not? They're not. I mean, they're going to be.
I
They'll put them to use.
I said that. I think also that in major criminals, going off of that, don't you think that like if you're on death row and like say we want to assassinate a world leader, they should get a group of death row inmates and say, all right, you're going over here to Iraq or wherever. You're going into the mountains of Afghanistan. We're going to give you all the materials you need. If you go in there and kill Osama bin Laden, you're free. Your sentence is commuted.
Wow.
That's like a Suicide Squad.
Yep.
They get all the villains together and they
Do
get
it.
to go complete a
I
mission.
just feel like
Wow, I
that would
never-
help our prisons get less populated too. Let these people go.
Never.
Like let
I
them
never
go.
thought about.
Let them give them a shot. And see what they do. If they die, they're gonna die anyway.
Wow, that's I never. That would have never crossed my mind.
People think
ever.
that's inhumane, but I don't. They shouldn't have been on death row anyway. You're killing people or raping people or doing something terrible. So
Man.
roll the dice. What do you guys think? Think it's worth a try?
You say prison. This popped in my mind. When did Alcatraz shut down?
After the guys escaped in 19.
Wait, that's actually what got it to shut down. Is when the guys
So
escaped?
like less than a year later, it got when Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers escaped in, I don't know if that was the early 70s or the late 60s.
Yeah, March 21st, 1963.
Okay, so 63. Yeah, and then less than a year later, it was decommissioned and shut down.
That's just what a crazy that's just out there in the middle of the water like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
I haven't got to go.
I want to go so
I haven't
bad.
stepped foot on it. I got to see it from afar when I was in San Francisco, but it just looks unbelievable out there like that.
Now, let me ask you guys this. A city that let's take the social issues out of it. A city in the world. It can be the world. Actually, let's do this. Let's do two. Let's do the United States first, and then we'll do the world. So a city that you would absolutely 100%, it would be your number one choice to live in. Now, throw out all the social issues. Say everything is pretty stable. Everything is, I don't want to say perfect because the world will never be perfect, but a very, very good livable climate. The people are normal for the most part, and it just no civil unrest, and it's very just calm and ready to be lived in. What's your number one pick?
I'd love to. I didn't get to explore it. I went to a wedding in San Diego, but
that's a good pick.
I would love to take everyone from here and stick us on a water and see
San
how
Diego's
our
very
daily
nice.
lives were. Like,
That'd be so nice.
I'd also like to take all of us and stick everyone from around this area, like everyone that I love and everyone that we're close to,
Yeah.
and stick them in like Savannah, Georgia, right there on the water, like where the food is just
good
unbelievable.
picks, yeah.
Like the weather's great year round, like the beer's cold all the time. But I mean, you can get that anywhere, but something like that.
Yeah,
Like, I
no,
think
that's a
that-
good pick.
Yeah,
Cooley,
I
what about you?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Probably like somewhere in Florida.
Yeah.
'Cause I've always wanted to go back there. I think if we could all be like near the beach and we all have boats or whatever. live
Jared,
out in that
what would
kinda
be
life.
your pick? Pittsburgh, downtown?
I do like the Berg, but no, I got to because I have lived there before. St. Pete Beach, Florida, is just by far my
That's nice.
favorite place
I like
I've ever lived
I'm
at
right there
or
with you.
ever
It's
been. It
unbelievable.
just there's something about. I just love I love the beach. I love the beach. I love the heat. I love
well, some places
I just love the vibe of like it just everything like in that area just feels like it's just low key.
Do you feel like that is home to you? Like,
it's besides here, yes.
Because that's how I feel about Ocean City.
Yes.
Like I feel more at home in Ocean City than I do in Wheeling. Like not even close.
Yeah.
So that would be like if I didn't have Ocean City though, I would pick San Francisco.
Yeah.
But I can't live there. I can't go there now. It's sick. It sickens me. I absolutely think San Francisco is one of the most incredible geographic cities ever, and just everything about it. The bay,
it was one of the
fog,
coolest places I've ever been to.
The gulls, the
Have
small
you been?
little. And I'll never probably be able to go there because I'll probably get killed or arrested as soon as I get there. Because I don't mesh with anything that goes on in that city, and it's sad because I want to go to that ballpark. I think that ballpark next to PNC is the best ballpark in baseball, and maybe Camden Yards. But something about being on the water to me, I should have been born there. Like we're born down here on the river, Jarrett, but you feel more at home. Like you say
I know
St. Pete,
it does. St. Pete,
like you just feel at home there.
I don't know what it is. It's just like when I'm there. And I guess because I'm so familiar with it, I know like.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what it is.
That helps a lot.
I feel the same. I feel the same way from the summer when we went. Every time we go back now, it's like I feel so at ease when I'm down there.
There's definitely a truth to that because when I would travel a lot, when I worked at West Liberty, we would go to Fort Lauderdale a lot, and then I would go to a lot of Miami games separately. So I was down in South Florida a lot, and that was another place that I got very, very used to going around. I felt very comfortable there because I had been there so many times. It was like, geez, this is like my local place now, and you get that comfort level. So I think that's probably why we feel that way.
I would say I think once you get to a like where you don't need a GPS to get around.
Yeah, that's a good
and you feel like if I was, I don't know, just said that I got like hurt or something or something happened, you would know where to go or like in a place like Seattle when Cooley and I went there, like it just felt
overwhelming.
It was overwhelming, and it just I was not that I was scared there. It
But
just
it's uneasy,
there was
probably.
an uneasy feeling of like when I was there, just that I didn't know I'm 5 hours from anybody or five.
The coolest part
not
about the
5
whole
hours,
like the coolest part about down there in St. Pete is like that whole Tierra Verde, St. Pete, like when you get on the interstate now, like the Rays stadiums to your right, like you go into Tampa, like all of it just feels so. And anytime you go over a bridge with water, it's like you're at ease.
It's just
Like,
I love that. I absolutely love that area there. It's just beautiful. That itself, it's gorgeous down there. But
How about World City? Living outside the United States.
I haven't got to go to Europe yet, but I want to go so badly to some of those big cities.
Do you want to live in one of those?
Amsterdam.
I'll tell you what, man, Amsterdam fucking nuts. But
Yeah, no, everyone's.
I don't think I
that's
could
been there
live in Amsterdam.
Told me that they couldn't survive there. Although Holland as a country to me is really neat. Not necessarily Amsterdam. It's just a little high action and just whatever you want in that city, buddy, is available.
Yeah,
You
it's
can see
available.
it firsthand.
It's fucking there.
Anything.
Oh man, I think
That'd be too strenuous for me.
And I haven't been to Europe yet. I'd say probably somewhere like maybe in like Italy. I think a place like Italy, like on the water
probably me too.
like that.
I think
like
Greece looks
Italy,
unbelievable.
yeah, like an Italy,
Greece,
Greece
beautiful.
type place. I
Croatia.
don't know. I would like to go to London though and
It's
see
cool.
what
That was gonna be my
what that's
pick.
like.
You like to live in
Out of
London?
the four I saw, London would be the one I picked because it's not like the most expensive, but it's still like that city feel on it.
Yeah, and like maybe not even London, like somewhere in the UK, like kind of like the countryside. I feel like is,
I like to live in Scotland. Like
I feel like that's kind of like comparable, not I somewhat comparable to here, like West Virginia.
Matt,
It's
that's where I
like-
gotta get is to Scotland. We did the ancestry thing
Right, yep.
and tracked it all the way back to where the Campbells are from in Midlothian, Scotland. Like that's what I
great.
gotta get there. Like that looks awesome.
Gotta do it. Take your
Man.
family and go
Yeah.
there sometime. It'll be.
Would yours be Scotland, Matt?
I'm torn because I think those little quaint villages in, like you say, Italy, France,
Yeah.
Spain, those ones that are off the beaten path where there's like 280 people that live in the city.
Yeah.
And it's just it's
and
beautiful.
you got like
and the
towering
yes,
mountains.
you got
and
mountains and the terrain
and
of the
like
streets are like this. And
a beautiful
I find those to be
river.
incredibly intriguing.
Yeah.
But I really find myself like drawn to the Far East. Like for whatever reason, I think living in like Hong Kong or Tokyo would be absolutely cool as hell.
I feel like Tokyo would be unbelievable.
yeah.
I feel like it
Love
wouldn't even
Tokyo.
seem real.
I feel,
Yeah.
but I would want to. I would want to live like right in the downtown, like and then
I
get
was just
really
gonna
used
ask
to
you
it
that.
Yeah.
because I always feel like it. I always kind of was drawn to that. Like I wouldn't mind living in one of those big cities, but you just at the time now you're at the age you're at, and as life goes on, it's like you're less likely. But if you were able to get to start like right out of college, you get your job, you get right into there. I feel like it would have been great to live in a lot of nice cities, but. Yeah, I always kind of been drawn to Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo.
Some movies and stuff I see there. It's like I don't know why. It seems intriguing. To
It
me.
definitely seems like a place I'd like to go visit, especially with Cools. I know you want to go there big time in job and.
Tokyo just looks so clean when people put all the pictures and like,
does.
and just
Well, it's
all
such
the lights.
a different culture,
Yeah.
and I feel like it wouldn't even feel real being at a place like compared to where we live.
Yeah.
Going to Tokyo, the most populated city in the world, with like like you said, lights and these skyscrapers, and like your alleyways are like this. That I think I don't know what it is. I think the narrow like alleyways with like the fucking lights and shit, I think is like the coolest. It's like cozy.
They
How
got,
many
like,
light
hidden
bulbs do you think
bars.
are in Tokyo? Everything's lit up. It's just amazing.
Let's look that up. Wonder if we can find
it's like
that.
It's like going to Coruscant if you're a Star
Yeah, I
Wars
didn't know
fan.
it is.
Yeah.
It
That's
is.
what it's like. That's what it
Coruscant.
reminds. Maybe that's why I like it, because it's a Star Wars planet. How about a city that you would absolutely detest to live, like you hate beyond imagination? Is there anything that comes to mind?
What
Other than Wheeling?
From our experience in Seattle.
Nah, see, that would be a
place was
tough one.
fucking dump.
Yeah, I would not want to
There
live.
hasn't been anywhere that I've gone yet that I've gotten to visit where I'm like,
You hated?
I'm never coming back here.
Philadelphia, you've been there?
Super young, can't really remember it.
Yeah. That's up there for me.
I'd love to visit LA, but that can't be for us.
LA
I mean, not for me. At least I can't be for me.
Do you ever find yourself like, obviously the LA, like the downtown, and being out on the like 9-lane expressway seems so miserable. But like, if you ever watch like a TV show or something that's like where the character will like live out of the city and they like have a view looking down from like the Hollywood Hills or something about that is very neat and
Oh, it would
soothing
be
and
cool.
peaceful.
Yeah.
But you got to deal with all the other shit around it. So
Yeah.
like LA's grown on me a little bit, but I couldn't do it
when
because
we
of the
got off
traffic
that
and stuff.
when we got off that plane in San Francisco, we went in 2021, so after the riots. There was just, first off, the interstate was insane. I've never seen anything like that. Number two, you could literally see when you got into downtown San Francisco, like we went across the Golden Gate, there was a little town called Sausalito. It was beautiful.
Sausalito, yeah.
When you got across the Golden Gate into downtown San Francisco, you could see like the vibrance and what it used to be like before the riots. And it was just like, you could almost picture it. I'm sure there's pictures everywhere, but it was beautiful. Like you could just,
setting's
and the
amazing.
city's up on a hill.
And the trolley cars.
Yeah, it's
and,
like,
yeah,
it almost doesn't look real. But
fascinating.
Do you like Pittsburgh, Matt?
You always said about Pittsburgh. If I lived in Pittsburgh, I'd have to live somewhere where I could do everything on foot. I could not drive in every day. I hate it. I hate
that's the
driving
only
in.
thing,
I think it's a beautiful city. I think walking downtown is really, really cool. I like it, but I cannot drive in it. That breaks everything for me. I can't do it.
It's got to be up there with one of the
Boston
worst.
and Pittsburgh,
the
at least
worst,
from what I've heard, are the two worst cities to
like
drive in.
set up to drive. I mean,
It's awful. One ways that don't work.
Going into Pittsburgh is the worst.
pretty
I
bad.
haven't gone through the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Now that I'm there, I like know different ways to go.
Right.
I have not gone through the Fort Pitt Tunnel since I
You probably never will.
Oh, I can't. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it.
don't make a wrong turn in Pittsburgh.
Oh no,
you're
you're
fucked.
done.
You're done. That's
You're
it.
finished.
Done.
You can't get back to where you're going. It's 20 minutes. Your GPS even starts freaking out on you. It's not fun. Not at all.
The West End Bridge is like my savior. I fucking love the West.
I went
so did
over
Tim
West
Pavlik.
End with you for the first time.
I
That's
love
the cool. That's one of the
I love-
coolest. That's one of
yeah.
the coolest views.
That's good. The view of Pittsburgh has to be one of the best in
Yeah.
the country. Just like from Mount Washington, absolutely beautiful
Yeah,
city.
up on the incline and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a fun city to drive in. Boston, bad
No.
one to drive in.
Boston,
New
that's a
York.
place I'd like to go to.
Boston's cool. It's
Go
nice.
see Fenway.
Yeah, that's definitely worth going to. Absolutely. If you had to go to one, or got to go to one stadium or ballpark or something, what would you guys choose there?
I want to see Fenway badly. I want to go see the
Would
Vikings.
you pick Fenway over Wrigley, or have you been to Wrigley?
No, I still have to get to both of them.
Okay.
Ah man, that's a tough one. Probably.
I'd pick Fenway just
Probably
because I want to
Fenway.
sit on the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even have the monster seats there when I went. But
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
I'd like to get.
I'd
It's
say
a great
probably
park. Really
Fenway.
neat.
Probably
Yeah.
Fenway, or I would like to go see a Dodger game. I think a
Yeah,
Dodger game
Dodger
out in
game
LA
would be
would
cool.
be cool. I think
Yeah.
that would be neat. I think that's definitely something I think I'd enjoy, is doing the 30 parks and try
Yeah.
to get to all of them.
I'm not really as interested in anything out west. Like the three major ones here are Camden and Baltimore, then like Wrigley and Fenway. So I would probably say Fenway too. But there's a couple.
Did you go to Oracle when you were in San Francisco?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
It's
so
just
neat.
it's just stupid.
I love
cool.
watching games on TV at that place.
There's a couple football like arenas and stadiums that I really want to
Like
get
for
to.
college venues?
Yeah, I really want to go see a game like in Ann Arbor for Michigan. And I'd like to go see where the Vikings play. I just think it looks so loud in there that
We got to get
looks
down
so
to
cool.
Oklahoma too. See
Yeah.
our boy Jake.
It's not during tornado season.
Yeah.
Although that wouldn't be during football. So
Yeah, that
it'd
would be cool. And Rocky Top would be neat to see. That would be a
I've never
cool
been
one.
to. I've been passed through Knoxville, but I've never been to Knoxville before. I've been to Memphis, but no, it's traveling is fun.
It is
if you're
very
able to
fun.
do it, but it's also can be frustrating. Cooley, you're probably happy to be home after your trip, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, Matt. I could have kept going.
Really?
It was so much fun.
Oh,
But
that's
it was nice to get back in my bed.
Because you're probably tired.
I was sharing a bed for 9 days, and it was a lot of
So
fun.
how many
then-
days do you think would have been good? Like a 15, 20-day vacation?
Oh my god. That's the thing. I truly think if I'm with all my friends, I could go forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, you guys talk. I've never been on a cruise, but you guys talk about the right amount of days for a cruise.
Well, yeah. See, it's a
Yeah,
little different
cruise
on
is
cruises.
tough. I think for me, five days on a cruise. Seven's too long.
Yeah.
Seven's too
I
long
can't
for
do
me.
those Caribbean ones you guys do. I couldn't do those. That
They
would
are
not be.
fun.
I'm sure they're all right, but I didn't.
Alaska was so.
Now that
cool.
one I would love.
Alaska was
Then those
really
river
cool.
cruises in Europe. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
Alaska
gonna
was
go
really
on.
really neat.
Did
Well,
they-
then I mean, so you go 9 days in Europe and then come back
And we just did 3 days.
and
in
then
Deep
3
Creek.
days in Deep Creek, which was a good trip. It was a very good trip. Deep Creek in the summer is way different than Deep
Yeah, I'm
Creek in the
happy you
winter.
guys got to
It's
see
crazy.
that.
Totally different.
So much more fun.
Which I think we may have decided we might not do winter anymore. We're just gonna go strictly summer.
Did you guys dock your boat anywhere?
We never went up to a dock, but we would go and
Yeah.
park like, which sucked is we didn't have an anchor on the boat.
Yeah.
Isn't
it
that
was
like
kinda
against the
weird.
law?
I don't know. I think they said
Geez,
it.
Jubb would have been a nervous wreck about that.
Yeah.
The police would have pulled you guys over
Oh,
for not
yeah,
having
I
an
don't
anchor.
know. I
How
don't
are you
know.
going to stop?
Yeah, so we just kind of had to float when we would stop, and we'd like start drifting towards docks, and
I
it
don't
was a
think
pain
you're-
in the
I don't
ass.
think you're allowed to go out without an
That's
anchor.
what I
think
thought.
It's dangerous.
And I guess they said it was some liability. I don't know.
I have no idea.
No idea.
It was fun though. It's fun as hell.
Yeah, that was the first time
Is
that we.
that is that lake? I should know the answer. Is that a man-made lake?
I
I
don't
know.
think.
I'm gonna look. I'm
I
gonna
don't-
say no.
I
doesn't
don't
look
think
like
it is. Yes,
It's
I don't
fucking huge.
think it is.
Deep Creek is massive. I didn't.
I know
realize how
it
big
is
Yeah, it is
crazy
big.
how
It takes
big
forever
it
to
is.
get around.
I've
sometimes.
been down there a couple times, but I never.
It is really a neat
it
neat
is
place.
very
It's
neat.
such a different. Like I said, it's a different vibe.
The fall's
Oh,
neat too.
We
The
got our
leaves and
first
stuff.
experience at Honey Honey Bar. too.
Yeah, Honey
That's
Honey's
why I
a
asked
really,
you guys.
really
The first time I
cool-
went on that lake, we docked at Honey Honey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
and then
cool.
You got off the boat and
Yeah,
Place is
that's a place that I could think I could live for maybe a little bit. I don't know.
I'd
But
like
the
a
only
vacation
problem
over there.
problem there is that
Too many tourists.
tourists and you're so far away from like
Yeah, civilization.
civilization once you get off
Gotta go
like
to the store and do things
Yeah.
like
and everything there is expensive as hell because you got I mean it's-
resort.
It's a
Yeah.
good little vacation home spot. I feel like.
Yeah.
You go there for a couple weeks or a weekend or whatever you want to do. A little boat day.
Did you find if Deep Creek was man-made?
No, I can't. Deep
I don't
Creek-
think-
way.
I wanna
it
see
might
it.
not be. I don't know. I have no clue.
Is Deep Creek Lake man-made? I'm gonna say no because I can't find anything on it. Well, no, it says 99th anniversary of Deep Creek Lake.
Well, then it didn't exist forever.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, what
unless
the
they
fuck
just
does that
found
mean?
it, like it was undiscovered territory.
Now I'm intrigued.
Man, now when you look at a map, it almost looks like it is man-made.
Maryland's largest freshwater lake, Deep Creek Lake, marks its 99th anniversary in 2024.
It
It's
didn't
all
really answer the question.
yeah, I know. It's also voted as Deep Creek as the best lake for swimming in the U.S. I didn't. That's interesting.
Well, that's good.
Huh.
That freshwater swimming scares me though.
Oh,
Because you get those brain-eating amoebas now.
That's
that are in
what
all these
Jubb-
waters.
that's what Jubb said,
Like when
and
Nick
I
was,
had-
you guys sent that picture of Nick laying in there, man. I was like, I'm putting my ears down in there. They'll go right in there. And, he could have
I was kind of scared. I had this wound on my hand.
Ooh, yeah, you gotta watch
Yeah.
that.
But I had to get in and piss.
Well, yeah, that,
I had to get in and take. But I wasn't in
You
there.
coulda
for
kept
Yeah,
your
long.
that's
hands
another
above
thing.
the
You're
water.
going in there and you're pissing, and it's like, oh, that's just making it better.
Yeah.
The water's
Hopefully
getting
they're,
cleaner by the minute.
Maybe they pump in chlorine.
That's like the Olympics. If you asked about that when they do those marathon swimming in the fresh
Oh, yeah,
water
we were
things,
talking about that.
like that would terrify me because I love to swim and I'd love to do that, but I don't know if I could. Like they plug their noses, their ears up, everything,
Yeah.
but like breathing and getting that, ingesting that. There's a lot of things, that parasites in the water now that are just dangerous and like they kill people. Like it's amazing how many like young kids, high school kids, go on spring break and they go into these lakes out in Georgia or someplace, and these people are getting these things that eat their brain apart. It's terrifying to me.
Yeah. Hopefully my brain doesn't get eaten.
Well, what about Nick? How's his brain?
Well, his
so
brain's
far, so
always
good.
in bad shape.
I can say
Well, I think at this point, I think we're probably okay.
Yeah.
I think we'd probably be dead by now if he.
If he hasn't started to have swelling or anything weird.
I think we're.
Fever, high fever.
My head is.
Did Nick put up good numbers at Deep Creek?
He did. Nick, because he'll listen to this, and he's not here to defend himself, but he did. He went pretty hard the first day on the boat.
What was his drink of choice?
He was going on some Arnold Palmer's, hard Arnold
What'd
Palmer.
you do?
Well, that's hard to say.
Oh, dude, I put up some LeBron numbers.
Which night?
28-7 every night, every day. Yeah.
What? How late were you guys at Honey Honey?
Not super late actually, which was nice.
But I mean, we went back to the house and kept the party going. But yeah, I performed. I always perform. I'm one of the more underrated players in the game, I would say.
I wouldn't even say you're underrated.
Well, Coach would disagree with that on Pine Room Saturday when you're dragging from a hangover.
Yeah,
he gets on your ass about that heavy.
Let me see what time I called Jarrett.
And
over
we're
the
finally. I feel like we were better this season because we had no more college, and it was just all we get to look forward to is Pine Room
I gotta say,
Saturdays.
because normally it was Friday nights at West Lib, and I'm hammered out of my mind.
What day did you guys go on the boat?
Friday.
I called Jarrett at 7:02 and he was slurring his words. This was 7:02 at night.
Yeah, we were.
It was a long day. But it was a good trip, and thanks to Nolt for having us on his bachelor party, and going to be a good wedding
the big
here.
Wedding?
The 27th, July 27th. About a month. Yeah, about exactly a month almost. And I was telling Chris and Cooley last episode, I'm kind of not that I'm nervous. It's like it's my first ever time being at a wedding, so I'm kind of there's a little bit of nervous energy.
You'll do well.
I'm excited.
You'll
that it's about us, but
do you know the girl he's marrying well?
I know, I know her. I don't know her super well. She went to West Lib.
Well,
So-
yeah, all you gotta do is walk. So
Yeah, I know.
you should be all right.
Well, and I got to make sure I don't pass out up when we're standing there.
So how many? Who's all in the wedding?
There's 10 of us, I think. 10. Yeah,
Good
10.
Lord, where's this wedding at?
Ogilby.
Oh, okay.
Yep, up at Ogilby, gonna be a good inside and outside. I think there's 10 of us, 9 or 10, but it's a big party and all of our best friends. So it should be a good one. Have you been at a wedding, Matt? Yeah, you were in your sister's wedding? No.
Well, hers was like
Hers-
not
yeah, I
like
would say
one
she
of
didn't
those
have
like weird ones where you got like 95
Yeah,
people walking in
I was
for the
gonna
thing
say, I
and stuff.
didn't-
So no, I was glad to be
That's
not
right,
a part of
yeah.
that. No, but no, I never really have been actually in the bridal party or the groomsmen party, which I'm happy about. So
Yeah.
and then a lot of my closest friends aren't married because
Yeah.
they're smart. So
Yeah.
sorry, Soup. I know
Nah,
you're now. All right, so let's
happens.
talk about this marriage compatibility. I mean, obviously, you and Sammy have been together for a long, long time, so that's probably very helpful. Is there anything that you're a little bit apprehensive about? You guys have lived together.
No,
so
she always says, like, behind closed doors, she always says at the end of the day, do you like the person you're with? Like, it really just comes...
I figure you guys would have figured that out by now.
It really just comes down to that. Like, you can agree on a lot of things, you can disagree on a lot of things, but, like, at the end of the day, like, do you just like them?
Yeah.
Like,
Did she ever just look at you and say, "Do you like me still?"
Yeah, oh yeah, all the time. But no, seriously, I mean, that's like the best advice I've got. Like, can you like the person at the end of the day when you disagree on
Yeah, that's
something?
probably pretty important. You got to have the respect level
Yeah,
there.
like-
How long has Noel dated this girl? And he's
It's
years.
coming up on probably 3 or 4, maybe 4.
I was gonna ask that question. Do you guys think there's like a certain amount of time you should be
No.
with someone?
No.
Before
I was gonna
proposing?
say, yeah, I don't think there's ever a defined amount. I think it's just kind of based on each person
Yeah, so I
differently.
guess it's kind of on
But
feel.
do you guys have any friends who made stupid decisions and got married like too soon, or anybody that you know? Maybe they're not your best friends.
Not
but
yet.
like
I
guys,
feel like we're still too young. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like you like.
I mean, I've had like I think like pretty much every of my friends that got married, I would say like 2 of them are still married. Like
Man.
12 or 15
Yeah.
of them have been divorced at
Yeah.
least once.
That is crazy. It's crazy to see like which of all my friends get married. I wonder which ones will get a divorce. I might start taking bets on that.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I mean you can make odds on it for
I feel
sure.
like just
Yeah.
the older we get, especially that it's like if you date somebody, if you're in your 20s or even early 30s, if you date someone for 6 months and you're like, that's my person. Like if you propose, like I mean,
Do you guys think that it seems like marriages are not nearly what they once were? Like it's not that common anymore.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy to marry someone that you haven't been with that long.
No,
Like,
I
at least
agree.
like live with them for a little bit. Like there's so many things that I think you got to learn about the other person.
But in most
before you
cases, I would agree with you, Cooley. I mean, I guess unless you absolutely just got the one diamond in the
Yeah.
rough that was perfect and you knew it and you got lucky. But yeah, I would say I would be very apprehensive
It's
about
just
that.
why rush though. Like you
Yeah.
still be together.
Right.
Nothing
Yeah.
really changes.
It's
I
not
think when
really
you get married.
formal.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that's the thing. I feel like like a lot of guys I know, it's just like I gotta get like we gotta get this done. Like I gotta get married. Like have the wedding. Boom. Okay. Like
It's just a big party to me. Like
yeah.
And I feel
pretty
like
much, that's all you get to you sign the papers,
Weddings
and
are
that's
just-
the only thing that's different.
Weddings are tough. I
I'm
mean,
sure it works either way, but I think you definitely should live with each other for a little
Yeah,
bit before
for
you
sure.
get married too.
For
Because
sure.
imagine like you never live together, you get married, and then you move in together. Like, what if you don't like the way they like wash their
do
dishes?
everything.
They don't
Yeah,
flush the toilet.
Yeah. What if they don't?
Well, even I mean, you got to see how a person reacts to certain stuff.
Yes.
Like, you got to go through tough times and all that. Like, I don't know. Definitely couldn't marry someone within 6 months. But that's just me.
No. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could either. But
Our
if,
le-
if
our
you got two
lesson-
grown adults,
Our lesson of the
Well,
day:
you said
don't
you
get
didn't think
married.
there
Yeah.
should be a timetable. You,
I don't. Bob.
so I mean, are you?
I couldn't. I couldn't propose
So
within
why
6
you
months.
just?
But
what is it?
you can.
You can't play both sides. You got to pick a side.
Cooley, if you found the girl of your dreams and you know it's the one, like
He'll marry her.
If
How
she's
soon
the
would
one,
you
then
do
she'll
it?
understand
That you're waiting.
that we shouldn't get married within 6 months.
Bro, you're telling me if you go back to Europe, you see a girl for a week straight, and then you date her, and 6 months you know she's the one. You're just gonna wait around,
Yes, because you can be surprised by people.
dude.
You might think you know someone in 6 months, but you really don't. I don't
Dude.
think you do.
I think you're fine.
No, fuck no. 6 months is God. That's not a long time at all.
If you spend every day with them for 6 months, you should
Fuck,
be able
I've
to
been
read
your
the person.
friend for like 6 years, and I've still learned new shit about you all the time. There's still
But
a
we're
chance
not
I hate
married.
you.
We're not. I'm not marrying
Yeah,
you.
but
if I was gonna marry
first
you, I
year,
would have.
I
I
didn't
would have
even think
spent
you
more.
liked me.
I would have spent more time getting to know you if I was going. If I planned on marrying you.
You guys already live together, so
Yes, and
yeah,
we.
and I fucking hated it.
And I.
that's why you're
He
not
wants to
married.
be
and I
every
loved
2
it.
hours.
And I loved it.
Yeah,
that's why you're not
I
married.
I
loved
wouldn't
it.
have married him.
That's
I wouldn't
why.
have known
That's
that.
why he turned into one of my best friends. Is when
Yeah.
I lived with you.
Well,
guys.
so our lesson of the episode is that
Take your time.
make sure you marry the right person.
No rush.
Don't rush yourself.
Yeah, I think everybody when they're up there thinks it's the right person
Yeah.
at the time, but then
Ah.
it turns out that it's not a lot of the time.
Don't be like Cooley and I. We moved in together, and Jarrett was there as well, and then we fought. We had a legit fight that I won.
They was,
Yeah.
No, that was bullshit.
Oh
That's
no,
fucking
we
bullshit.
can't. We'll be
Well,
here.
fighting's
till, we'll be here
natural,
till
isn't it?
6 o'clock.
Yes, natural.
They had a.
You don't beat your friends.
Yeah, I
up
say
over
don't
shit.
don't have a physical fight with your fiance or your wife.
Fucking bullshit. I'm still mad about that.
What was the? Well, you guys want to elaborate or?
I put Cooley in a chokehold outside of a Chick-fil-A in St. Petersburg, Florida.
I walked up behind him and I poked the back of his knee, like.
Oh, I think I did hear this.
Yeah, I think we've definitely talked about this before.
Yeah,
And I had
Yeah.
this fall and he puts me in a headlock and I was fucking pissed. I was so mad.
Jarrett said Cooley didn't talk the entire lunch.
No,
Yeah.
because he hit my
He didn't
knees off
say
the
anything.
concrete. It hurt.
Oh, well, all's well that ends well, fellas.
That's right.
Anything else you want to hit on before we wrap her up? Or?
I think we're about good. Episode 1.
I don't even know the number. I could have introduced it
114.
that, but
When's
it's been a
season
long
2
time.
start?
Oh, man.
That's a good question. We'll have to talk.
Speaking of season 2, House of the Dragon. Before
So
we
good.
go,
I love
so I
it.
thought the second episode was exceptional. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. Have you watched it?
I
Cooley?
liked it a lot too. People were complaining that it was slow, but
People
it was
fucking
just-
bitch so much. I mean, come on.
It was just a typical.
It was so
God.
good. That second
that's what
episode
Game
was
of Thrones
awesome.
is.
They got good actors in these roles,
Yeah.
and I thought the episode 1 was a slower build because you're kind of rehashing what was going on. Jarrett doesn't pay attention to it, so
No,
he
no,
doesn't
I don't
know.
know.
But he's in for a treat if he ever wants to sit down and
I
watch.
just can't
Game
believe
of
how
Thrones.
they are
So-
setting it. They're setting it up exactly. Like
It's
there's
wonderful.
going.
I thought episode 2 was awesome. Like I can always tell like when I'm on edge and
Me too.
the thing goes so fast,
Yeah.
and it's like it's over already.
So, would it be smart? Well, actually, I'll ask it this way: would you guys be, or would you want to go back and watch Game of Thrones and House of Dragon for the first time?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's a couple
So-
like that.
so-
that
and I
so if
still
I-
will at some point watch
So
it
if I decide to do
I'll
it,
watch it with you.
it'll be I'll be excited.
Oh,
Find
shit.
yourself.
Or I'll be in good-
Find yourself a girl who hasn't watched it yet. That'd
Yeah,
be a good
yeah.
start.
That'd be a good start. Is
'Cause
it?
I'll tell you
but
what,
I feel like it's like a fall winter type show because isn't it like kind of cold?
Yeah,
they definitely do.
well, some parts of it. Not
It's
all
good
of
in
it.
any season. You can
Yeah,
watch it whenever.
exactly.
It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, you're not always up in Winterfell.
I
so-
think they're playing. I think they're playing Aegon Targaryen right now. His character he is awesome to watch right now.
Yeah, fascinating the inbreeding that goes on with the Targaryens too, and it's tricky to keep track of. But so far, I gotta say it's good. I mean, it's living right up to the hype.
Yeah,
so far
they're doing
so.
a great job.
Any other shows you guys are watching lately? Anything good?
Well, the Acolyte and
Well, that's
that
on another scale, which is so
for
upsetting. Star Wars has been ruined
horrible.
by that show
Absolutely
so far.
horrible.
And you know what? I'll end up watching it all just because. But
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's I've
it's
not
tough.
enjoyed it at all.
It's just horrible. I mean, Coyote Mundy's in the show. He wasn't even born yet.
Which makes no sense. That's
It was
unbelievable.
just
They
so
fucking did that.
the power of one, the
Yeah,
power
it's
of
really,
two,
really
the
bad so
power
far.
of many. You got to see that, Cools.
I gotta
That
watch it.
almost made me throw up that part, Matt.
Just,
when
Yeah,
we were doing the
I
chant.
was very. I didn't have high hopes going in,
No,
and then
no.
it's really even
It
worse than I
is
thought.
so
The
bad.
girl who wrote that is just she should be excommunicated from
Complete
writing.
moron.
Maybe Trump will throw her in prison.
I think he could do that.
yeah.
He's not gonna do that.
He
Don't
wouldn't.
worry. All right, that'll do it for us here. Episode what was it again?
114.
114.
I think.
Woo. Well, we'll check the math on that.
Wait, let me
and you'll
double
be able to
check.
look
I
at the
think it's one
graphics.
every time. That's so bad we forget every time. I guess
I've
that's
been here 5 weeks.
Oh, no, wait. Oh yeah, 114.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
I thought it was
All right.
113.
That'll
It's
do it.
114.
From the Pine Room Studios in luxurious Wheeling, episode 114 is a wrap. I don't know what the crew will be like next week, but it'll be hard to rival this foursome. We will see you on the radio on Friday, Watchdog Network. Check us out every single Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And get on over to yesbrownies.com. Get your Brownie House brownies ordered immediately.
Promo code Pine Room.
There you go. 20%
hungry.
off your order. We will see you next week from the Pine Room, and it won't be too long. We're about, 8 weeks away from actual Pine Room living again. So
Yep.
we look forward to that, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great one, everybody.
Adios.
Peace.
I'm so fucking
Good job, fellas.
Nice job. Starting at 3 like that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
ain't bad.
That's nice. My mom texted me and said she's got tater tot casserole. Oh, yummy.